This is my new video about the 6 world religions that we study for the AQA Religious Studies B GCSE. It will be useful for the 2 papers that we do, Religion and Life and Philosophy and Ultimate Questions. This video will help you add detail to your GCSE answers for the following topics. Remember, you only really need to know 2 religions in detail, and one of those, of course, will be Christianity. But if you know the general principles and teachings of all the religions, then that's seriously impressive to an examiner, and it will help you achieve an A star. On this slide, you will see the 6 religions at a glance. On the left-hand side, you will see where each religion worships, who it is led by, who the founder is, the sacred texts and the number of followers worldwide. So for example, in Islam, they worship in a mosque, they're led by an imam. The founder is the last prophet, Muhammad. The sacred text is the Quran, and the number of followers worldwide is 1.3 billion. Please stop the tape and have a look at all the religions. Knowing these key terms will help you get an A star in your GCSE. Here are the symbols of the 6 religions. 3 of the religions that we study are Western religions: Christianity, Islam and Judaism. These religions are called Abrahamic religions because they link back to Abraham. They are monotheistic, which means they believe in one God. We also study 3 Eastern religions: Buddhism, Hinduism and Sikhism. All these religions believe in reincarnation and karma. Buddhism does not believe in any god. Sikhism is monotheistic, it believes in one god. And Hinduism believes in one supreme god called Brahman, with lots of lesser gods that represent him. Christianity. There are approximately 2 billion Christians around the world. 1 billion are Catholics. The other billion are made up from different denominations such as the Orthodox Church, Protestants, Methodists, etc. Some Christians believe word for word of the Bible. They're called literalists. Others interpret the theological truths in some of the stories, for example, Catholics and Protestants. Key Christian beliefs. Try not to say Catholics believe in your answers. It's much better for you to say most Christians or all Christians. Our key beliefs are found in the Creed. We believe in the Trinity, God as Creator, Jesus died for our salvation, Jesus suffered, died and he rose again, Jesus is with God in heaven, and we will be judged on our actions here on earth when we die. Other key Christian beliefs: the 10 Commandments, the greatest commandment and the Golden Rule. We must include everybody. We must rely on God and not possessions. We mustn't just forgive 7 times, but Jesus said 7 times 77. We must help everyone in need, for example, the Good Samaritan. Please stop the tape for more information. By the end of year 11, you should know these key terms. Christians are monotheistic. They believe in one God. God is omnipotent, all-powerful, omniscient, all-knowing, omnibenevolent, all-loving, and omnipresent. He's everywhere. He is transcendent. He is above us, and immanent. He's close to us. We are born in the image and likeness of God, and we are holy and sacred and belong to God. God gave Adam and Eve free will. They chose to disobey, and therefore there is a tendency to sin called original sin. We must be stewards of the world, as Genesis 1 says. Genesis 2 says we have dominion over the world. We're now moving on to Islam. Islam was revealed to Muhammad 1400 years ago. There's only one God called Allah. Jesus, Moses and Abraham are respected prophets in Islam. But Jesus is not God, as there is only one God in Islam. Muslims believe in the Ummah, which is the brotherhood of all Muslims worldwide. Each Muslim should be treated equally and with respect. Allah has laid out 5 pillars. The first one is the Shahada, which is that there is one God and Muhammad is his messenger. They also perform Salah 5 times a day, they pray. They fast during Ramadan. Zakat is giving to charity. And finally, they should all try to go on the Hajj once during their lifetime. Here are the 5 pillars of Islam. Muslim women and modesty. In the Quran, it says that both men and women are commanded to lower their gaze and to guard their modesty. Modesty rules are open to a wide range of interpretation. Some Muslim women wear full body garments, others cover their heads, and others do not have any special dress rules. Muslims believe in jihad. This word means to struggle. Lesser jihad is the military struggle to defend their faith, Islam. Greater jihad is the fight against temptation in every Muslim's life. Have a look at this slide. What do all these people have in common? All these people are Jewish. We're now moving on to Judaism. Judaism's holy book is the Tanakh, but the Torah is the most important, and it's the first 5 books of the Bible. Judaism is monotheistic. They worship in a synagogue. The name of God is so holy that they spell it G-D. Jews believe in the miracles in the Old Testament, and they believe in sanctity of life because we're made in the image and likeness of God. A key belief is the 10 Commandments. You'll find that in every synagogue around the world. There are liberal and orthodox denominations within Judaism. And finally, the Jews suffered terribly in the Holocaust at the hands of the Nazis, and even today they feel under attack. Other key Jewish beliefs. One God. God is transcendent. He doesn't have a body. He created the universe without help. Like Christianity, they believe God is omnipotent, omnipresent. He's beyond time. He is just, but God is also merciful. God is a personal God. He is accessible to all. Remember, Christianity and Judaism share the first 5 books of the Bible, so whatever is said is applicable to both religions. We're now moving on to Buddhism. The modern-day leader of Buddhism in the world is the Dalai Lama. Buddhists don't believe in God or gods. They are non-theists. They don't worship the Buddha. They simply follow his teachings and try and understand how to reach enlightenment. They believe in karma and reincarnation. They believe in samsara, which is the cycle of life, death and rebirth. They believe in compassion and loving kindness. Part of their holy book is called the Dhammapada, which is Buddha's teachings. They believe in nirvana, which is when you reach perfection and therefore you reach enlightenment. The Buddha was born Prince Siddhartha. He was brought up in luxury in a palace. He didn't experience any suffering. He was allowed to leave the palace and he experienced 4 sights: an old person, a sick person, a dead person and a holy man. As a consequence, the prince left to find the path to enlightenment. When looking for enlightenment, he experienced extreme poverty. Eventually, he said that there was a middle way, which was neither a life of riches nor a life of extreme poverty. Buddhism in numbers. There's no God, 4 noble truths, an 8-fold path and 5 precepts. Here is the 8-fold path. 8 aspects of living a good life. The most important ones that you need to know are right speech, right action and right livelihood. Buddhists believe in the 4 noble truths. The truth that people suffer. The cause of suffering is desire. If we remove selfish desires and cravings, we will reduce suffering. And finally, following the 8-fold path is the cure for suffering. Buddhists believe in the 5 precepts. It means refraining from, and the most important one is refraining from harming living things, called ahimsa. Hinduism. Hindus recognize one God, which is the cause of all existence, called Brahman. Other gods in the Hindu faith represent different aspects of Brahman. Everyone has an Atman, which is a soul. They also believe in ahimsa like Buddhists, which means non-violence. The holy books in Hinduism list many virtues: ahimsa, self-discipline and tolerance, compassion and service, respect for all life, and wisdom and honesty. Hindus believe in a cycle of birth, death and rebirth governed by karma. If you behave well in one life, you will be rewarded in your next life, and vice versa. They believe in reincarnation called samsara. If you continue to serve others through many reincarnations, you will eventually be liberated and will reach moksha. Finally, although Hinduism supports the Golden Rule, in the past there was discrimination due to the caste system. That means the group that you were born into. But below these groups were the untouchables. They were considered people that were unclean. It's been illegal to discriminate against the untouchables since 1947. Gandhi worked hard to get rid of this type of discrimination in India. Sikhism. The founder of Sikhism is Guru Nanak. He was born in 1469 to a Hindu family. A famous saying was, "There is no Hindu, there is no Muslim. Whose path shall I follow? I shall follow the path of God." This religion emerged in the 16th century and there are 23 million Sikhs worldwide. They are monotheistic. Sikhs believe that the way to lead a good life is to keep God in the heart and the mind at all times, to live honestly and to work hard, treat everyone equally, be generous to the less fortunate, and to serve others. Sikhs worship in a Gurdwara, and their holy book is called the Guru Granth Sahib. Sikhs have signed up to the 5Ks, the Khalsa vows. This means not cutting their hair, wearing a steel bracelet, carrying a wooden comb, wearing cotton underwear, and also to carry a steel sword. Sikhs believe in meditation. They don't take drugs or alcohol. They usually don't eat meat. If you went to the langar, which is the kitchen in the Gurdwara, you would get a free vegetarian meal. They believe in equality for all. I hope you will agree that there are lots of similarities in these 6 religions. They have a form of a golden rule, which is love thy neighbour as thyself. Life is precious. We should be compassionate, kind and loving. And we'll all be judged by our actions. We're all equal. Of course, there are very many different interpretations of the holy texts in these religions, and culture plays a large part in how these teachings and beliefs affect daily lives.